Hi, Duane Brumitt here with your advisory board question. The question today is, and I got my little note sheet here, is I want to offer my website visitors, I want to offer them something to entice them to give me their contact information, and what's the best hook for that? Before I answer that question, there's a couple of things that we need to understand with regards to internet marketing in general. A lot of people sometimes will have them fill out forms, with their first and last name and email address and like everything, all the way up to blood type. And the problem with that, especially with first-time visitors, is they're not going to want to do that. They're not going to want to give you all their contact information. And so either one or two things are going to happen. One is they're just not going to do it at all. Or two, they're going to give you false information, and so really, the information that you're going to get is going to be skewed. So that's a big problem. What I would first recommend is either do just first name and email address only. Now I know that doesn't give you a lot. In your head you may be thinking that's not a lot to work with, but trust me, if they're interested, it will be. And then what's even better is just email address alone. So nothing else but the email address. Now you may be saying to yourself, well, come on, Duane, I want to be able to personalize the email to them. And I understand that, but most people nowadays know that you didn't type in, hey, Duane, or hey, George, or hi, George, and so they're not really impressed with that. In fact, they know most of it is all autoresponders anyways, and so it's not as personable anyhow. So my recommendation is that you just do the single, just ask for the email address alone for for what the hook is. We'll get into the hook in just a second, and then that way, you just say, hey, it's Duane here from, like for me, I say, hey, it's Duane here from TriStar Martial Arts Academy. I got a quick thing for you, when I'm making contact with them, with my list. That way I don't have to use their first name. And if you stop and you think about it, when we do this with friends, when we email back and forth to friends, we don't say, type in, hey, George, what are you doing for? We just, say, hey, what's going on tonight? Or what have you. So I wanted to cover that first because sometimes we think that we have to get all their contact information, and that's not true. All right, so what's the best hook? There's a lot of things that you can do, but primarily what you want to do is, I know the big thing before was, some sort of free report on the top 7 things to look out for in a martial arts school before you join one, and those how-to things, how to choose a martial arts school is very, very good. But really what people are looking for is the number 1 secret. All right, the number 1 reason why. Those are better hooks than the top 7. And so let's just say that you have a website, and the thing is the number one way to choose the most respectable martial arts school in your area without making the wrong choice or without making the wrong decision, the 3 quick tips to raise your child's self-esteem, or even the number 1 tip to raise your child's self-discipline, so that or the number 1 tip to give your child laser beam focus. Those would be good hooks to get the email address from. Then, obviously, that's a whole other topic. I'm talking about how you follow up with them. But simple hooks like the number 1 secret to, the number 1 reason why, those are the hooks that you want to use. So, hope that answers your question, with regards to the type of hooks that you want to use in order to capture information from your website visitors. Now remember, these are individuals that are just coming in. They may be searching, for information on how to choose a martial arts school or what have you, before they get into one. And so that number 1 hook, that number 1 reason why, or that number 1 tip to, or what have you, or the number 1 downfall of, that type of stuff. So hope that helps you.